strong men. When we see crap like this, you got to do something, man.
Don't fool yourself. We still in slavery.
We being hanged, we being killed, and they love doing it.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. Most High in Christ bless. Most High in Christ bless. I'd like to welcome you to the Bible. That's right. The Bible, the book of our fathers. Hey, y'all, let's give it a hand for that. All praise
Yes,
the Most
sir.
High.
Yes, sir.
We ain't got no sound effect, but we can applaud it up. All praise the Most
Yes,
High.
sir.
So I'm excited. Yes, sir. We are in the building, and I'm excited. We're here. All praise the Most High. Listen, I hope everybody had a prosperous, a safe and prosperous. And I hope everybody's getting healthy, especially during this week, because there's been a lot of people that's been out with sicknesses, flus, and all types of viruses and things going around. But best believe we're praying for you,
Yes,
okay?
sir.
We've been praying for you. And thank the Lord, again, that he's allowed us to be here, giving us strength, all praise to the Most High, to come and bring y'all another Bible book of our fathers. So
praises.
it's a blessing. It's a blessing. So it ain't always easy getting here and making it happen, but we here, all praise the Most High.
Yes, sir.
That's right. Well, it's a hard times make strong men. So that's where we at. We right here. We may look weak, but you best believe, all praise the Most High, we are strong men. So I'd like to introduce myself first and foremost. I'm Captain Sarai, Most High in Christ bless y'all.
Hey, Officer Eli, Most High in Christ bless.
Shalom Israel, Officer Ehud.
Most High Christ bless, Officer Benjamin.
Most High in Christ bless, Officer Leon.
There you go. You see the 5 fabs sitting up here now.
That's right.
Yeah, we're going to pass that ball around. We're going to run up and down the court.
Jalen Rose.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yes, indeed. So all praise to the Most High. So we're going to start off with our disclaimer. Let's get that out the way. Y'all know how we got to do. So, Liam, get that wheel.
Yes, sir. We are not a hate group. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group. Israel United in Christ is a non-violent, Bible-based movement. We do not advocate or condone any acts of violence against any race, ethnicity, or gender. We advise that if anyone hears or knows of any plots to cause harm to anyone or to break the laws of the land, you must contact the proper authorities to bring awareness to any possible threat, as stated in Leviticus chapter 5 and 1, King James Version.
There you have it. That's right. Coming right out of the Bible. Leviticus chapter 5 and 1, the King James Version. Okay. So, if we would, let's go ahead and post our title. Okay. The title of our class. Now, y'all got to help me with that last word there, because that's a word I just recently come across. And I'll give a shout out to Patient Saints Radio down there in Riverdale, Atlanta. Okay. All praise the Most High. Captain Amaziah posted on the channel one day, and I just happened to snatch it up and say, what is this talking about? What is that word? Okay. And sure enough, we're going to find out. We're going to find out. All praise to the Most High. So it's not what we call a usual
Negro word.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, right. You know, exactly. So, but from sin to slavery, from slavery to sin, okay? That's our title right here today on the Bible Book of Our Fathers, okay? From sin to slavery. If I was to pose a question to y'all mighty men sitting here today, if somebody was to come at y'all and sit here, knowing what we know now and the years that it took us to get to where we at, and we still learning and growing in this truth, if somebody try to tell y'all that slavery never happened, slavery ain't true, we ain't no such thing, man,
Right.
how would y'all feel about that? And then I'm just open. This is an open question for anybody. Anybody just jump in there.
Hey, Cap, they've been saying that lately. Slave ships never happened. A lot of people are saying that.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Exactly it.
And Cap, not only that,
Yeah.
they're saying that slaves benefited from slavery.
Wow. Man. Slaves benefited from slavery. Man, I tell you the truth, man. Because, again, y'all know, for myself going through school elementary, middle school, high school. It was never really nothing to talk about. All thing we heard was Dr. Martin Luther King birthday or holiday, which we just had that man to just go on here doing what they call the inauguration
Yes.
week.
Right.
Okay, and it's funny how they set that up.
Right.
But again, we don't celebrate birthdays anyway.
Right.
So again, but we do reverence and appreciate Dr. Martin Luther King. Okay, one of the pioneers that definitely was for our people.
Right.
Okay, that was for our people, and we can't take that away from him. Okay, and we thank the Most High that again, even through his actions and through his life and his death, okay, things have changed for us. Okay, sometimes for better, sometimes for worse in certain situations.
Yeah,
Okay,
because Dr. King, he got beat.
oh
He
man,
got stabbed in New York too, in Harlem.
dang,
Terrible, and murdered.
Oh, man.
and murdered.
that's
Thrown in jail.
crazy.
Yep.
Exactly. So, but before we go any further, I want to play the video to open up the class, okay? Open up the class. Some of you that think you not in slavery or think slavery is still not existing here in America, Babylon the Great, I believe you're sick, okay? I believe you're sick, but again, we all are sick, and we're trying to heal, all right? And the only thing that's going to heal us is this Bible, okay? Is the God's law, statute, commandments, okay? In the faith of Christ, the black Messiah.
That's right.
All praise to the Most High. So, doing that, what they call Dr. Martin Luther King holiday or whatever you want to call it in this inauguration, we didn't get caught up in that madness. Of course, y'all know. Enjoyed the day off if you had it, because again, just trying to keep up and not get behind and take care of things that need to be taken care of, because there's always something for us to keep us busy. We ain't got time as the prophets of God to idle. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Deacon Malachi brought out a
Shout
heavy,
out.
got to give him a shout out. Hey, he brought out a fire class, and if you didn't watch it, go back and watch it, okay? But again, all praises, the prophets are still at work 24/7, 7 days a week, okay?
Right.
365 days out of Esau's year, okay? So we must continue on. All praise the Most High. So, but let's just open up, maybe just to loosen things up.
Yes,
let's
sir.
play this video here.
Will be able to sing in the meaning of that old Negro spiritual. Free at last, free at last. Thank you, God Almighty. We are free at last. Look at the coos.
Look at Donald Trump. Lord have mercy. Look at his facial expression. They ain't even changed. Don't throw a little funk track behind it at that. That ain't OZ, is it? Forget that.
Hell no.
Always cooning for you.
Always cooning for you. They would set him up, wouldn't they? Boy, I tell you. Boy, Lord help us. Lord help us. But again, I just wanted to open up to get us a little laugh. All right. Hey, the lady on there said they all wanted to laugh. I'm embarrassed for him. Lord have mercy. How much more embarrassment do we need? Okay. As the so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native American, which we are the children of Israel that the Bible speaks of.
That's
okay.
right.
Time out for the cooning. It's time for us to get real. Okay. So again, let's play the next video. Some of y'all that think you not in this system of white supremacy or slavery, okay, why are we here? Because of our sin.
Right.
We sin against the Most High God. Okay,
Because according to the coon cat, we free, right?
that's what he say.
We free because
You know.
Trump in the office now.
You remember they had the young man
Man.
singing,
I am free.
yeah, praise the Lord, I'm free. It was him last time.
For Joe Biden.
Yeah, with Joe Biden. Now we got another coon. He wants to quote Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. But all right, let's move on. So let's play this. I just wanted some information I run across, and I just want to share with y'all again to show y'all again we still living in the land of our captivity. Play that.
A way they getting rich off of.
The Alabama Department of Corrections farms out incarcerated people to work at hundreds of private companies and government agencies across the state.
McDonald's, Burger King, Golden Corral, Wendy's. They got a Wendy's contract right now. State Trooper's office.
They'll send everybody everywhere.
They'll send you everywhere. Yes, the parole office.
And even though ADOC trusts these incarcerated people to leave prison every day and work alongside the general public, many of them are still denied the chance at real freedom.
I work for y'all, but when I come up for parole, you deny me. Why would you deny me? Because I got free. Because you're getting free service.
Wow.
They want me to come back in tomorrow. They want me to, because they money keep flowing.
That's some good stuff right there. That shows you again. Said McDonald's, Burger King. You know, even when I was a young man working, had a little part-time job, you know, going to school, I would meet young men, or well, not really young men, but men that was older than me. I was the young man, but I would meet men that was older than me that would come in and that was in prison. Didn't know it at the time, but they would come in and they would leave at a certain time. They would come at a certain time and leave at a certain time.
Right.
What they was doing, they was coming in, they was working. Okay. So obviously they might have been on parole, as just what she's speaking about. Okay. But when it comes to, you know, them getting parole, they won't give them parole, but
Terrible.
they using them. Okay. Because you know good and well they making money off of us. Okay. And we know that in the prison system. But I would see these guys come in, they be dishwashers, you know, and be real down to earth good guys. And then they'll finally let you know, yeah, man, I'm locked down, man. You know, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
You know, I'm just trying to make ends meet, you know.
Good behavior and all that.
Yeah, all the good behavior and all that. Exactly. So I just wanted to play that to show y'all it is a real deal here in America, Babylon the Great. Okay. So let's, Stephen, you got something, officer?
Yeah. Because when we get Revelations 18, why it sound like that? Get Revelations 18. We read this, and we a lot of times we'll skim over it.
Right.
Because we don't associate, like you mentioned earlier, we don't associate the slavery of the 1800s, the 1600s to today.
Right.
But basically, what we saw is modern day slavery.
Exactly.
These are slaves. They're giving over their bodies to servitude. I put the 13th Amendment. Let's read that real quick in the 13th Amendment. It's just the first two lines of the 13th Amendment. Just pull that up real quick.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, so this is the 13th Amendment to the United States Constitution. The 13th Amendment to the United States Constitution abolished slavery and involuntary servitude.
So it's so-called abolished slavery and involuntary servitude. Go ahead.
Except
what's the condition?
Except as punishment for crime.
So it said you could be a slave if you committed a crime.
All right. Except.
The exception is if you committed a crime. Remember Jim Crow Joe?
Yeah.
I think Bishop Captain brought that out, Jim Crow Joe, except for punishment of a crime. So let's go to Revelation 18.
Bring that out.
So basically, it says that they're slaves.
Yeah, and they get paid like a quarter a day.
Everybody that's in jail, all of these things that they learn. Remember that show Orange is the New Black, where they kind of they went into jails going into monetary. Basically, they're going into being private corporations.
Yep.
A lot of that went into like I think we did a segment on it before.
Okay.
But, textiles, all of these different things that they do for the government. They're free labor.
Yep. Making shoes, like you said, clothing.
Yeah.
All types of things.
All types of things they're doing for free. Read that, officer. Verse 13.
Revelation 18, verse 13.
Go ahead.
And cinnamon, and odors, and ointments, and frankincense, and wine, and oil, and and fine flour, and wheat, and beasts, and sheep, and horses, and chariots, and slaves.
And slaves. There's a reason why it's still in the Bible. The Lord didn't leave it there for a reason. He left it there because he left it in there for a reason. He wanted us to know that slavery, even though they changed the name and they remixed it, it's the same thing today. The same exact thing. Go ahead.
And slaves and souls of men.
I got a little highlight in mine, and it says bodies. Where slaves is at, it says bodies.
Really?
Yeah, that's what it's right there. It says bodies.
Let me see that. I see it.
Let me see it. There it is. It says bodies.
Damn.
Yeah, I see it. I see it. Wow. So we are those bodies.
We are.
Man, this is crazy.
And that's heavy what you bring out. Cause so another, like you said, another word for slaves is prisoners. Yeah. And like you said, every you look up every stat on imprisonment, especially in America. We hold what the fourth, the entire as far as the entire population of all imprisonments, we hold a fourth of the entire world. This one little country in the U.S. of A.
Oh yeah.
And what you got? What everybody was celebrating last week holds the majority of all prisoners, or what slaves on the globe,
America,
in the world.
Man, Cap, you in the spirit. I was and I don't know where you going with the class yet, so I don't want to get ahead.
No, you good. Just bring it out.
But I was I think I was telling Liam I was listening to I call them prison psalms.
Oh shucks.
And I was on YouTube, and you had men. You know, you had men, and some of them demons. But just like when we was in slavery, we was in the cotton fields. They would sing because they was in oppression. And I don't know why I was looking it up, but I was just looking it up.
Yeah.
And you know that playlist come up, and I was like, damn, like these brothers is spilling their guts, and I'm not saying that they was justified in whatever, but when the Lord says that we cry in oppression. You know, you can really feel that. You know what I'm saying? To be locked down 23-1, you can really feel that when you see brothers on the YouTube channels. It was crazy. It was crazy.
No, that's good stuff because again, you got to share that with me. I like to check that out because if you don't, at some point in time, feel the oppression as men here in American Babylon Great, you might want to check yourself. You might want to check yourself, okay? Because y'all got to understand, we on this side of it now. You know what I'm saying? We've come out of that gross darkness, all right? From that darkness, okay, because we see the darkness, but we come out of the gross darkness. We on the side of the light, okay?
Right.
And now we have to illuminate the word of God for others to see and hear, okay, as we bring it forth. And by us doing that, we're labeled as a hate group. Why is that? Because, again, we're serving our slavery. Now, we're not physically serving slavery. To some degree we are, because we're working hard. We're working long, hard hours, okay? Right. Just like in the time of in Egypt, okay, when they made them serve with rigor. Right. Okay. Matter of fact, look that up for me. I know it's in Exodus. Is it Exodus?
Exodus chapter 1.
Yep. I want y'all to read that because again, y'all know a time, especially when their holidays or holidays come around, a lot of times, and you know for yourself, I'll say who, Coca-Cola, okay? So you know, and whatever you're doing, the products that we're producing, and whatever factories we're working at, or whatever we're doing, things ramp up, and it causes us to have to work more, longer hours. What's that?
Peak
season, right? So it causes us to have to work more, but that's not by accident, okay? Read that also.
Yes, sir. Exodus chapter 1, verse 13. And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor.
They still doing that to this very day.
Right.
We serving with rigor. Read on.
And they made their lives bitter with hard bondage.
They're making our lives bitter with hard bondage, even to the point where your rent go up, okay? Your insurance or whatever, you got to have more insurance, whatever it may be. A lot of times just the food, just trying to eat, okay, that goes up. The gas prices goes up. So then that causes you have to work more. You need more gas money. You have to pick up an extra job, okay?
Eggs is up now.
Exactly. Eggs is up. The simplest thing. And you tell me that but for the other nations, they have the money. They ain't worrying about it. They've had a generations of a head start on us. You see what I'm saying? So I'm talking with our people. I'm not worrying about the other nations right now. But they serve with rigor. But read on.
And they made their lives bitter with hard bondage.
They made our lives, even today, bitter with hard bondage. And we feel that at times. Read on.
In mortar and in brick and in all manner of service in the field.
Now you hear that? In all manner of service in the field. Is that it?
All their service wherein they were made to serve.
In all their service that they was made to serve. We here serving in America, Babylon the Great. What you got?
Was with rigor.
Was no matter what. You can be old concession stand guy at the football game. You're gonna be serving and working with Rigger. Okay,
and might break the Sabbath.
And that's exactly right.
That's Deuteronomy chapter 28.
Man. That's it. That's it. So again, going back to what we're bringing out is, you think you still not in bondage? You still think you're not in the land of your captivity? Okay, you're fooling yourself, because yes, we go through the physical and the mental, but more so now spiritually. Mentally and spiritually is what we're dealing with now, because our people minds are messed up. Okay, why are we here again in the land of our captivity? Because of sin. But we're not. We've served through that time of what you say of the hard bondage. The Most High is having mercy on us. Okay, that it's in matter of fact, give me 1 Kings 8 and 40. Let's just say it 47. 47. Okay. It was something that Solomon was praying and asking the Most High for us in the land of our captivity, amongst our captives. Okay. Read 40. Let's start at 47. Let's see if we read down to it.
1 Kings 8:47. Yet, if they shall bethink themselves.
And that's what we have done. We on this. We ain't in that gross darkness no more. Am I right, fellas? Right. We have bethought ourselves. Now we realize, wait a minute. This is us this Bible's talking about. This is us that was in slavery and captivity, okay? Right. And this is what Deuteronomy 28 is talking about. This is us all day long. The whole Bible is talking about us. Read on.
Yet if they shall bethink themselves in the land whither they were carried captives, and repent.
And repent. We are in a state of trying to get our minds right. We are repenting. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Read on.
And make supplication unto thee in the land.
That's right. We sending up prayers. Like you said, brothers singing to the point where they crying out. Okay. Supplication in the land. Read on.
Of them that carried them captives, saying, we have sinned.
We have sinned. We got to confess that thing, brothers. That's the thing about it. Even if we fall short now, we got to go ahead and confess that thing, okay? We can't hold that, because if we continue on, then we allow the enemy to come in and continue to destroy us, okay? Whether y'all realize or not, now we're not in that physical. We still in mental, because we have to battle in our mind daily, all right? But more so the mental and the spiritual, the enemy is still out to destroy us. And one of our biggest fights now, okay, it ain't the slave master, because he got us where he want us to be at. Right now, we are in slavery to sin. We are in slavery to sin, y'all. We're fighting sin, okay? And we're trying to run away from that. The scripture tells us, flee from sin as a serpent. Am I right?
Yeah.
Because now, okay, we disobeyed God. Our forefathers, foremothers been whipped and punished, and we are a result of that. That's why we're here now. But now we got to come out of the sin, okay, that we've been totally in bondage to. Because we was giving ourselves to it. We was yielding our members to it. Am I right? Yes, we all was there. But read on.
We have sinned and have done perversely.
Yes, we have. Read on.
We have committed wickedness, and so return unto thee with all their heart and with all their soul.
Read on.
In the land of their enemies.
Read on.
Which led them away captive.
That's right. We were led away captive. Truth be told, that's why we're here today. Those of you who might have first time tuning in, I hope you like, share, and subscribe. Share with your family members, because they need to hear this word of God. They're not going to hear it nowhere else. Right. Not in these Christianity churches, not on the news. Donald Trump and his coon singing free at last. Thank God Almighty, free at last. We are not free, whether you realize it or not. That's okay. Right. But keep reading.
Which led them away captive, and pray unto thee toward their land.
And pray towards our land, okay, which is Jerusalem. All right. Read on.
Which thou gavest unto their fathers. The city which thou hast chosen.
Read on.
And the house which I have built for thy name. Then hear thou their prayer.
Then hear our prayers, O God. Read on.
And their supplication in heaven, thy dwelling place.
Because the Most High said he was going to go into his place, okay, until we acknowledge our offense. Okay, that's why we have to repent. We acknowledging our offense. We have sinned against the Most High, the God of our fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We realize now, we bethink ourselves that we are these people that the Bible is talking about. Read on.
And maintain their cause. And forgive thy people.
Oh, Lord, please forgive thy people. What?
that have sinned against thee,
Uh-huh.
in all their transgressions, wherein they have transgressed against thee.
Read on.
And give them compassion.
Please have compassion. The Most High is showing compassion on us, whether we realize it or not, y'all. We ain't getting our backs whipped. You imagine going on your job today and we ain't there on time, master pull out his whip and go smacking you across the back, across the head.
Right.
I'm telling you,
That's
if
for
we
real.
was we so broken, we gonna make sure we there on time, or we're gonna get rid of, get fired. He got other means of way of destroying us now. Okay, making you go hungry. Okay, not giving you that raise that you need. Okay, he know that you trying to buy a house, so he gonna let you work till your fingers about to fall off, and then he gonna fire you. Okay, right when you're in the midst of getting ready to buy a house. I've been through it. I know. Okay, so but read on.
Before them who carried them captive.
Lord, have passion before them that carried us captain. So now, give me that next little video. It's a little Facebook video. This is because whether you realize or not, yep, that's right. I want y'all to hear what Stephen got to say. All right, we're gonna take a little intermission here and let Stephen let you know. This is what you, old Stephen, good old Stephen. Give him a good eyeball look right in Stephen's eyes. Hear what he got to say. Play that.
The day you die, all day, every day, you will be swinging a sledgehammer, turning big rocks into little rocks. Now, when you get there, they're going to take away your name, give you a number and a sledgehammer, and say, get to work till the day you...
There you go. To the day you die. Okay. Now I just throw that in and throw a little sense of humor in there, but it's also a reality. So now, because we preach and teach our people to come out of the sin that they're really truly in bondage to now, okay, that we enslaved to now we're considered the number 3 hate group in America. When, just like we speak about Dr. Martin Luther King, when you're trying to do what's right and get what's right, what you should be born, when you think what's rightfully yours, now you're a problem. Right. What about Malcolm X? What about Marcus Garvey? What about Kwame Ture? Okay. We could go on. We can name a lot of people that was for their people. Right. Yeah, put that on the screen. Let's see. Yeah, because here is United Christ, because, again, we try to bring, oh, Lord, you put that up on there. I saw that. I peeped that out. Okay. America's largest hate group. Again, what have we done other than go out to the hedges and highways and preach this gospel?
Look who's number 1. The Proud Boys.
Oh boy!
Right. Didn't Trump pardon like 1,600 of them?
As soon as he got in office,
that participated in the riots.
Wow!
So they're number 1 on the list, and Trump said all of them go free.
That's right.
All of them are pardoned.
And that's a good thing, because it lets us know who the devil is.
Exactly.
That's to let us know.
That's that trick bag.
Oh my gracious! So give me Deuteronomy 24:9, because this is what we know is to come, what we're preparing for, and pray to God that our faith don't fail us in the time of testing. Okay. And pray the Lord strengthen us. Okay. That we endure to the end. Go ahead, officer.
I'm sorry.
No, you good.
Deuteronomy 24, verse 9.
Read.
Remember what the Lord thy God did unto Miriam.
I'm sorry, is that 24:9? I'm sorry, go to Matthew 24:9.
That's a good one, too.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that's for the sisters. Using the spirit.
A sister needed to hear that.
Sister needed to hear that.
Well, make sure you read that, sis, now. Yeah. You heard it coming out.
Remember what the Lord did to Miriam when we came out of Egypt.
Yes, exactly. Dang. Oh, praise it.
That was for somebody, huh?
Yeah, that was for somebody.
Yes, indeed. Oh, praise it. But it's real. It's coming out of the Bible. Okay? Read that.
Matthew 24, verse 9.
Yes, sir.
Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake.
Now, when you put that back up there on the screen, okay, it already showing you what's coming. Am I right? They said hated, right? Why are we hated when we ain't done nothing? But it already let you know that we the number 3 largest hate group in America. They say we the hate group, but we ain't hated nobody. Okay, we only speaking what does say the truth. But in all reality, this is the propaganda. This is the Jedi mind trick. Okay, but really, we are hated because the Bible says we're gonna be hated, and we ain't done it but try to help our communities, help our people. Am I right? Show our people the reality of what's going on, okay? Those that are still lost in that gross darkness, okay? To bring them to the light, okay? The SPLC, BBLC, all these C's and FY and G's and elemental P's, they're all against us because we ain't for them, okay? If we was for them, then we'll be all right, am I right? We'll be good. But read on.
And then shall many be offended and shall betray one another and shall hate one another.
Right, we're going to see that on the rise. Okay, read on.
And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many.
That's all over the earth right now. We see that in groves. We ain't realize it, but they've been here for a good multitude of our life. They already been here and doing their wickedness. Read on.
And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax
Lord
cold.
have mercy. Do we not see that on a daily basis? We do not see that popping up on the social media. The love of many, the love, not few, but the love of many shall wax cold. Read on.
But he that shall endure unto the end.
Drop down to, let's see, 11. Where I'm at? And the false prophet and 12. Iniquity. Drop down to 14.
Verse 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations.
That's right. This gospel, okay, shall be preached, okay, unto the world for a witness unto all nations. Why is that? Because we were scattered to the four corners of the earth. Okay, read on.
And then shall the end come.
And then shall the end come. So we still got work to do, okay? But we know we on the right path. Am I right?
Right, sir.
We are on the right path. Listen, our judgment for sin is the physical and mental and spiritual manifestation of Deuteronomy chapter 28.
Yes, sir.
It's the manifestation of Deuteronomy chapter 28. When we read that, we see it day in and day out. We see it in the movies, okay? But this ain't just a movie. This is the real deal, okay? It happened, all right? But again, a lot of our people still don't believe it. So I got this book here. I'm going to go on it a little bit. We're going to do just a little bit of reading, all right? It says, lest we forget.
That's a good book.
Lest we forget. We read in 1 Kings, okay, chapter 8, verse 46, 48, that we bethink ourselves. And here's a book written by Velma Maya Thomas, okay, the passage from Africa to slavery and emancipation, okay? But let's focus in again, lest we forget. All right, y'all remember them books back in school? We used to go to the school and we open them books up and the pop-up pages come up.
Pop-up books.
Yeah, all the little fancy stuff. Well, this book is kind of similar to that, okay? So it's very unique. So you can tell it's been absolutely some very detail and time been put into this this history, okay? This ain't just no school book. You understand what I'm saying? This is a reality of what she's going to share with us, and I'm going to bring a little bit out to y'all. So let's go to the first page, okay? Let's see. A price of a man. So slide it over to the left and we'll try to read a little bit, okay? Yeah, read that. Read that.
The price of a man. It must have been a strange sight. Unfamiliar men arriving in tall ships from foreign lands. They came, they said, as friends to trade for ivory, spices, and gold. They returned a few years later, this time wanting something more. Black gold.
Did y'all hear that? They called us black gold.
Wow.
Black gold. Read on.
Men, women, and children to work as slaves on the lands they had just colonized.
On the lands they had just colonized. Read on some more.
The 15th century found Europe wielding the sword for expansion, capitalism, and the spread of Christianity.
He said wielding the sword for expansion. Hey, we know who that is, don't we?
Right.
That's Esau.
Right.
He was given the power and the gift of the sword, right? But read on. Oh, wait a minute. Did you say what? Spread of what?
Christianity.
Oh, my God. Christianity. That means white supremacy. Right. White supremacy. That's Christianity. Okay. Read on.
Eager to claim souls for the church, markets for the crown, and materials for its emerging commercial economy.
Wow, read on.
Europe, led by the Portuguese.
By who?
Portuguese.
The Portuguese. Bishop Nathaniel brings that out a lot of times in books that he reads about Spain and Portuguese. And their hand was all in it from the beginning. Okay, but read on.
Sailed for Africa and lands beyond. In 1435, the Portuguese established trading posts along the coast of Senegal. In 1441, the Portuguese sailor Anton Gonzalez,
whoever that is,
some devil.
I know, right? What did he do?
Returned from Africa with 10 Africans.
Now, you know what? They get on my nerves talking about these Africans. They're always trying to label us as Africans. So that's old Jedi mind trick. You're not African, okay? We got the Zondervan Bible dictionary about Noah's sons.
Ham.
Yes. So when you get it, we'll pull it up. That's just, matter of fact, too, just for a moment, there's a little quick video. But Hitler, let's read that. So let's clear it up.
This is from the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood.
Okay.
And one of the 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor
meaning the father of.
Ham became the progenitor of the dark races.
Of the dark races, but who? But what?
Not the Negroes.
Not who?
Not the Negroes.
They call us Negroes today, am I right? Are we not labeled called the Negroes? They don't call us Africans because they know good and well we not Africans. We ain't Hamites, okay? If anything, I'd rather you call me a Negro. Right. Not no booty scratcher and bone in my nose like I'm running around with a diaper chasing out the white man in the jungle. Right. Call himself Tarzan. You remember old Fred Salmon said, I don't know if y'all watched it.
Sanford and Son.
Yeah, Sanford and Son. He said, what do you got against black people? He talking to the police, right? He said, well, I ain't got nothing against the black people. But look at these niggas in here. You got no Negroes in here that cause to start a Tarzan movie, Right. He just went off in there, Old Fred Salmon, that's some old school stuff. I be enjoying that thing, but he be telling the truth now.
Hey, Cap,
yes,
you know
sir.
what I noticed too with white folks, how they portray themselves?
Yes.
Because they call us Tarzan, black ones.
Oh,
but the movie, the white Tarzan, he could talk to the animals. He could control everybody. Like, he has power over stuff.
He do, don't he?
Right.
Yeah, I noticed that. That's what they be doing.
Wow, that's crazy.
He had power. He could talk to the animals. He had them in subjection. All of that.
Yes.
He could beat leopards. I said, damn, this white man is powerful.
Yeah, he would befriend him and everything. He could just call him.
What else?
And they come running to his rescue.
What else we eat? We eat people. White man's devil.
I'm telling you, man. But again, like you said, Ham, okay, he became the father of the dark races, but not who?
Not the Negroes,
but
the Egyptians.
There you go.
Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites.
There you go. So that's I want to clear it up. Again, they throw this in the book. Let's go back to the book. All right. So,
and I'm glad you cleared that up, Cap, because they think just because people share dark skin means that they're all the same. You notice they don't never call East Indians Mexicans or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Right. They know there's a difference.
right.
Even though they have that same similar feature as far as skin.
Right.
They don't call Mexicans East Indians. They don't call Hispanics East Indians.
No.
Right.
Not at all. You're exactly right.
And the East Indian ain't gonna let you call him a Mexican either. I ain't no damn Mexican.
Right,
They don't make sure you let
They get offended.
Mexican.
They get offended of that thing.
They be shaking their head sideways.
Yeah, man.
I don't know what's up with the bobblehead thing.
The bobblehead, right?
That red nail polish on his forehead.
Yeah, that's the Hindu shit.
We get the bobblehead thing.
Lord have mercy. Boy, I tell you.
Right.
Matter of fact, start right there in 1455.
In 1455, the Pope authorized Portugal to reduce to servitude all infidel people. But it was Columbus' discovery in the quotations, of the New World in 1492 and the introduction of sugarcane to the Spanish West Indies that turned slave trading into big business.
Read on.
The great sugar plantations needed cheap labor. At first, the Spanish enslaved the native Arawak Indians.
Wow, read on.
When slavery nearly decimated the native population. Spain turned to what it deemed the next best alternative, Africa.
Right. But go to the next page.
Right, Arawak, that's like the tribe of Benjamin.
That's
Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes.
Yeah, that's Arawak.
Okay. The next big thing was what? There seemed
to be an inexhaustible supply of laborers. The trade for men was never easy nor simple. In early days, traders sailed from port to port, kidnapping a few Africans and trading for goods until they had enough to make the voyage profitable.
We're going to stop right there just on that. Go to the next page. You got something off Eli? Anybody got something you want to plug in there? Okay. Now, what's this? Horrors of Middle Passage. Let's see. To the left there. Let me see. Zoom in on that. Let's see. Revolt. Yeah. So I want to read that.
Revolts aboard slave vessels. Historians state that nearly 55 mutinies are recorded in full detail, with passing references made to more than 100 other attempts. My people fought valiantly with little regard for their own lives and efforts to take over vessels and sail back to Africa. Even the failed attempts were costly in terms of lives. Both of the enslaved and the crew.
Wow.
Africans revolted on the slave ship Albion frigate by using knives originally given to them to cut their meat, to break off their shackles, and to kill a guard. Before the mutiny was over, 28 Africans had been shot or, upon seeing the futility of their efforts, threw themselves overboard.
That's
martyrs right there.
That's exactly right.
That reminds me of what's the name of the movie?
Amistad.
Yeah. Amistad.
Yes, exactly. So let's see. That was the prize. Let's see. The Horrors of the Middle Passage. Hey, y'all see a little video there? It is. I put it. I think I posted it as Hitler said. No, not that one. Dang, I wonder if I posted it. It's an Instagram. Let me do this. Let's see. Y'all bear with me. Yeah, that's it right there. Yeah, that's it right there. So we want to read this. Matter of fact, go ahead and play the little background music they got going while we read into that. If you're able to. If not, no big deal. Thought it was smooth music that they get.
No music.
No.
It looked like a picture.
It is, and it actually had a little music to it, but it's okay.
Yes, sir.
It's okay. Let's read it.
It says, Hitler said, because the white Jews knows that the Negroes are the real children of Israel.
Not the Africans. It said the Negroes are the real children of Israel. Read on.
And to keep America secret, the Jews will blackmail America.
Oh, really? Let's read on.
They will extort America. Their plan for world domination won't work if the Negroes know who they were. The white citizens of America will be terrified to know that all this time they've been mistreating and discriminating and lynching the children of Israel.
They've been lynching the children of Israel. Matter of fact, slide up just a little bit more. Let's see what else we might can read with them two fingers there. Now, that ain't my fingers there. It's just a post. But maybe you can make something out of that.
They look like bishop fingers.
I don't know. Maybe you can make something out of that. See if you can read that. They will fear
God. They will fear God will destroy them as he destroyed Egypt for doing the same thing. So the elite, the Illuminati, keeps this a secret at all costs.
They keep this a secret at all costs. So, again, while we bringing it out, that's exactly why they call us a hate group. Because we bringing out the truth. We illuminating, okay, to show the so-called black Hispanics and Native Americans, all right, we are the children of Israel.
That's right.
We are the children of Israel, all right? Now, let's go to the next page. You'll see a ship on there. Not that one. That one right there. Okay. Y'all see that ship there, right? Now, go to the next page. Yeah, so you see, that's one of them little flip up. See all them bodies in there? Now, let's zoom in a little bit. Let's see if we can just read just a little bit. Let's see. Slide on up. I ain't gonna go too much. Let's see. The crew played. Let's see. Going up some more. Let's see what. Just want to find some with the jump. Going up right there. It was a journey. Yeah, right there. It was a journey. The very.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. It was this journey that brought millions of my people from Africa to the West Indies, North America, South America, and the countries of Europe. We do not know how many died during the voyages. Conservative historians estimate 50 million. Those who endured suffered a horror unmatched in history.
Unmatched. You hear that? Unmatched in history. What's that in? Is it Daniel 7?
Yeah, in spirit.
Yeah.
Spirit, cat.
Let's line that thing up with that Bible.
Daniel 9.
Yes, sir. Let's line it up with that Bible. All praise to the Most High. Yes, indeed.
Daniel chapter 9 and verse 12. And he hath confirmed his words, which he spake against us, and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. For under the whole heaven have not been done as has been done upon Jerusalem.
That's exactly it right there. Am I right, fellas? I know it's right because the Bible says so.
That's right. And Cat, it's heavy we bringing this out now because you got people out here today saying that, you know, slavery was everybody, all nations were under slavery at some point.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, we all did. All nations were able to or had transatlantic slave trade at some point. Right. Where the Bible is telling you, no, the children of Israel have done. No other nation have went through the what we have went through. Yeah, exactly. No other nation.
Exactly.
Whether it's slave trade, whether it's taking of our history, taking away our names,
right,
selling our children and our ancestors across the world, no other nation have done that. The Bible proves that.
Yep.
That's what we stand on.
That's true. But you said at the beginning of the class, we're in slavery to sin.
Yeah.
Read on.
Verse 13. As it is written in the law of Moses, all this evil is come upon us.
That's true. All of the things that Cap is bringing out and the leadership we bring out through the scriptures,
right?
It has come upon us. Go ahead.
Yet made we not our prayer before the Lord our God.
Yet we still got ignorant Negroes that don't want to humble down to the scriptures and what the Lord says. Come on.
That we might turn from our iniquities.
That we might do what?
Turn from our iniquities.
That we can turn from our sins.
Yes.
Go ahead.
And understand thy truth.
And understand God's laws. Read on.
Therefore have the Lord watched upon the evil.
So the Lord is sitting up there looking at it.
In HD.
In
right.
Nah, GD. God's dimension.
God's dimension. You know. The hell with HD.
Yeah, it's God's dimension.
Oh, boy.
Hey, can we jump up a verse? Go to verse 8.
O Lord, to us belongeth confusion of face.
The confusion of faces is dag. We voted for Kamala, but yet we got Trump. And I'm confused. Why is it that the black man that got framed for murder, framed from a crime, he's doing 25 to life, but meanwhile we seen people live breaking into the Capitol, storming into the Capitol.
Right,
they all got
the
off.
Proud
Confusion,
Boys.
yes, the Proud Boys, and they're proud of that because the confusion of faces. Keep going.
To our kings, to our princes, and to our fathers, because we have sinned against thee.
It's like how we've been talking about throughout the whole show. Because we sin against God, now we have the confusion of faces. Like, I don't get it. What's going on?
Right.
Lord, help us. Then we turn to religion, and we still get more confused.
Exactly.
Right, and that's also saying we don't know our nationality.
Right.
Confusion of face. We don't know our nationality. Right?
Well,
That's right.
They acting like the president ain't a felon.
and exactly, the confusion of faces. Because to get that good job, you can't have no record, but you could be a president of the United States of America.
What he did, if that go on your record, you can't even get past the background.
Right. Oh Lord, they don't need to go no further, right?
You can't pass the background. He's a president. He got elected again.
Right. Trump was the first man to get
crazy.
charged as a felon and not a day in his life have cuffs touched his wrist.
That's crazy, man.
That's confusion of faces.
That's okay. That's all right.
Right. Yeah.
That's Bishop Youngster. That's okay.
Right. You got special ones for him.
Exactly. Was that in on that?
Yes,
Was
sir.
you done with that, officer?
Yeah. We good.
Okay.
We good.
Well, all praise. Now go back to that. Put that back on the screen. Let's read that last part again.
Those who endured suffered a horror.
Now, I ain't say. It says horror. Horror. We don't even have a clue. We can't even imagine for us because they don't tell it all.
Right.
They don't show it. That's why it has to be written in books. Okay. They don't bring it all out on the screens. Okay. They don't show you the women getting tied upside down and the baby cut from her womb. Okay.
Right.
Falling on the ground. He take his big boot and stomp on the head of the baby and crushed it. They don't tell you. They don't show you when they hang you and skin you. When they have contests to see how long it take for you to die, how long you live. When they skin you, the largest organ on your body is your skin. Okay, it's terrible. We hear about it, but we ain't seen that. Okay, so it says horror unmatched in history. And read on.
A horror that words can only begin to describe.
There it is right there. Can only begin
Cap.
to describe.
They think about it. The advances that they made in medicine came off of us being their test subjects. Gynecology and all of that. All of that stuff came from us being their test. They had free subjects.
Right. Even when it says horror unmatched, think about the games we play, like in school, Hangman. Where do you think that game came from?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's a
Never
good
thought
point.
about that.
Hangman.
Wow.
Or Picnic, pick a nigga.
Right.
So the unmatched horror, they turn that into fun and they mock us.
Hey, you know what? That word unmatched, that means the Jewish Holocaust has nothing on this.
Right.
Hey, Liam, you on something? Hey, Cap.
Has nothing.
Hey, think because unmatched. It says the horror. The Bible says a great evil. But think about it. They're the only ones to come up with sinister movies like Saw.
Yeah.
And
Lord.
you know what I mean? Like
Right.
movies where who sat down to think
Yeah,
about
yeah.
we gonna chain you to a toilet and you gotta cut your own foot off.
That's
Like
crazy.
who thinks about stuff like
Right.
that?
Demons.
Yeah, that's why I can't watch them daggone movies because I know it's straight demonic.
And they got like 10 movies.
Leather.
Oh, man.
The dude name is Leatherface. Texas Chainsaw. He was a demon.
He used the skin of the people he killed. Leatherface, huh?
Yes.
Wow.
And it's not like these directors is like making it up. No, they taking it from their past. They know this is what they used to do.
Yes,
right.
They just putting it on the screen.
We thinking about Nat Turner. I heard what they did to his body.
Right.
Mutilate
They
his
made
body.
bags out of them.
Yes,
Ate 'em.
exactly.
They made bags out of them.
That's crazy, man. So, where we at? Matter of fact, go up just a little bit. I want to read that little section where it says, go up a little bit more. Right there where it says, slaves aboard a vessel, what?
Slaves aboard a vessel. Open up the authentic rendering of a slave.
That's
deck.
what we just did. We folded it open, okay, so you can see it closed and open. All right, read on.
The famous diagram below shows the hold of the Brooks and how one captain packed his ship. More than 450 captives are shown stowed here.
Wow.
The vessel packed to capacity.
Listen to this. Roll up a little bit, y'all, for him. Roll on up. Read that.
On one occasion, 600 captives were crammed into the ship's hold. On another voyage, 609.
Wow. Listen, do y'all really comprehend that? We can't even get that many people in this school.
Right.
If we pack them, we can.
609.
Bruh, that's heavy, brother. They must and they're like sardines. Toe to head to toe. Okay? Look at that. Or even on their side. That I know that's just a depiction there, but we can't even fathom, okay, the horror of that alone.
Psychologically, you got to think that's why we don't like being around each other. It's something psychologically where you got to think you pack in close proximity for months.
Like, move, brother. I need some
elbow.
elbow.
That's how we
Brother, you know claustrophobic.
Like we get around.
Get out my
like,
pocket.
Man, give me a little space.
Get out my pocket.
So who you talking about? We talking about regular stuff, man.
Oh, man.
I got you.
It's on the Malcolm X thing, man.
I know where you going. No, but psychologically, you got to think like we never really sat back. You know, you had was it Leo Jordan the group, but we haven't really sat back and conducted a survey on the things that happened to us and how it affected us,
Right.
to the extent of why don't we, why don't we tend to want to be as close to one another like that?
Right.
Man, if you was packed in a ship and you traveled the same thing for years,
right?
You know, that's 400 years. You know how
Right.
many cycles of coming back that you had to come back into, and you think how many times you came on that ship, you're like, damn.
And you know what? We are the descendants of those brothers that survived.
Wow. Yeah, exactly.
You know, another thing too, what Bishop touches on as well is when you look at these pictures and you see how we're laying down like shoulder to shoulder and leg to leg. Just think about the unmatched horror to get us in there. It wasn't like we was all single file with 600 all right one by one. No, they had to force you to get in to lay next to your brother, your sister. They had to force you to lay down and be stacked on top of on each other like sardines. Right. So you got to think about that the unmatched horror they did to us to get us even on the ships.
And I mean, if you know, our bishops mentioned it before in depth. If you want to get grotesque, you know what I'm saying. You got women there.
Right.
They're going through their issues. They're having babies and so forth. So, you know, all of those things, man. I don't see how we made it. Right. If it wasn't for the Lord's mercy.
Hey, even if you look at the picture, you look like, could I fit one more? That's how they looking at us. Like we're less than a human. If you look, it's all covered up. Like, where could I fit one more? Esau made sure that he packed every single one of us in there. Right. I'm not missing an inch, a corner, filling us all up.
Exactly.
And that's why the book said at one time it was 600, then the next was 609.
It was 405, and then it went all the way up to 609.
Right. Because they looking, hey, I can pack more. I got room for one more.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can get a little more.
Yep, that's exactly it. Hey, come out of that. Let's go. I'm going to go back a little bit. It's something that I want to go back to. It's the book I want to go back to. Go back again. All right, that right there. Zoom in on that. Go up just a little bit where it says, go up a little bit. Right there where it says, upon arriving. Read that. Because I thought about when you said Bishop Yausa. I remember, what was that him and Captain Messiah traveled to?
I know it was Gold Coast.
It was over there. But let's read this. It may come back to mind. So it says,
upon arriving at the coastal town, the booty was laid before all to see. Men and women stripped, examined, and traded for goods.
Read on.
Those so were often branded, bound, and herded into slave dungeons.
That is slave dungeons. You remember Bishop said the dungeon they went into?
And they had a church on top of it.
Yeah, the church over above. But read on. Watch what it said.
Where they were held for weeks.
Yeah. Hell, for weeks.
Or even months.
Read on.
Until there was enough bodies to fill a ship.
No, we ain't got enough bodies to fill the ship yet. We ain't got enough yet to fill the ship. Let's let them hang out here for a little while. Can you imagine that?
So if you
but watch when you read on. Read on.
They're deep inside the fanciful castles built by strangers and fortified by huge cannons in cave cellars hewn out of massive rock with a so great for air and light.
You hear that? So great for air and light. Limited on air and light. You remember you said you going there, so many in there trying to breathe and suffocate? Yes, exactly. Read on some more.
The transatlantic trade began. The trade in flesh was an evil that would haunt Africa and her descendants for 400 years. It disrupted cultures, depopulated the continent, provoked wars, and took from Africa the brightest and the strongest.
They took the brightest and the strongest. Israelites. Get off there, Africans. You know good and well, there's the Negroes, so-called black, Hispanics, and Native American that we call today are not. That's who we not. We the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. Read on.
No doubt those Africans who participated in the trade lived to regret their involvement. In a letter to the King of Portugal in 1526, King Alfonso of the Congo, an African baptized and educated by white missionaries, wrote, "We cannot reckon how great the damage of the trade is, since the merchants are taking every day our native sons of the land."
Yeah, listen to them, our native sons of the land. They try to say again that talking about Africans sold Africans.
But Cap, this book is heavy.
We're gonna go off. We're gonna switch off of that. Go ahead, off.
No, but you pointed out a great point. Earlier, you just read. He said they giving what the strongest and the brightest. Why would you just sell your strongest and brightest people of your people?
Let's go to Babylon Timbuktu, page 9. If y'all got that, go ahead. Say that again.
No one's going to sell the brightest of their own people or the strongest of their own people.
Exactly.
You got your doctors and your lawyer. You ain't going to just give them away.
No way.
No, because they knew there was other people. It was separate.
Yeah, exactly. Let's read this right quick. This from the book of Babylon to Timbuktu. Can y'all show the front of the book? There we go. So they don't think we bamboozling, hook winking them like these old Christian pastors do. All right, we the real deal here.
That's
all
right.
We got the books. We got whatever you need. We got the truth along with the proof. All right.
That's right.
Y'all need to put this in your Israelite starter pack.
Exactly.
Right
yeah, they need that book. No,
yeah.
Exactly. All right. By Rudolph R. Windsor. We got a chance to meet that brother back some days. I hope he's doing well. Him and his wife. All praise the Most High. But hey, let's go into it right quick. There we go. Watch this.
It says the black Jews had an advantage over the African tribes.
Now, you hear that? When and where they come with black Jews and African tribes.
Right.
Now, you see the distinction? Because we're not the same people.
That's
all right? We are the black Jews, and he knows it. All right? Read on.
They carried their culture, history, laws, and written records with them. This assured them a constant precedent for the development of a higher social organization.
What was our written laws and history that was with us? It's right here in this Bible.
That's right.
The book of our father. That's exactly what it is. Okay? That's our history. That's our culture. This is our laws. These are our records. Okay? Read on.
Because of the stability of the black Jewish culture, the Jews were not absorbed into the autochthonous population. In fact,
now, y'all look that word up because I remember I had it one time, but I don't forget what that means, autochthonous population. But read on.
In fact, the Jews absorbed some of the native tribes. The Jews made use of every opportunity. They were an industrious and skillful people.
You hear that? The brightest and the strongest that we just read. Read on.
In the Jewish Ghanaian states were found kings, princes, governors,
read on,
generals, secretaries, treasurers, revenue agents, judges, architects.
Sound pretty bright to me. Read on.
Engineers, doctors, historians, language interpreters, mathematicians, jewelers, sculptors, masons, carpenters, painters of art, goldsmiths, leather workers, not leather face,
right?
Leather workers,
exactly.
Potters, armorers, saddlers, blacksmiths, agriculturists, etc.
Etc. It goes on and on and on. So they knew who they was bringing over here and scattering throughout the four corners of the earth. Okay, they knew what they was getting when they brought us here. Now, listen. I'll go into that another time, but we got a chance. Listen.
Yeah.
All praise. We got a chance to go to, took the young men to the Boone Hall Plantation. And we see, if it wasn't for those brightest and strongest people, a lot of the stuff that we see here in America, Babylon the Great, would not be if it wasn't for the so-called black Hispanics and Native Americans. It was from the black Jews. Okay, the Israelites the Bible speaks of.
Right.
We built this country. We built these nations. We built these plantations. I'm telling you. Okay. You want to read that, officer?
Yes, sir. Autochthonous. That's a big word. Of an inhabitant of a place, indigenous rather than descended from migrants or colonists.
So,
go ahead, Officer Eli.
So basically what it's saying is that, go back to Babylon Timbuktu. Read that sentence because, Officer Liam.
Because of the stability of the black Jewish culture, the Jews were not absorbed into the autochthonous population.
Meaning the indigenous population of Africans that was there, we did not absorb into them. We stood out. Get Exodus 11 and 7, because the Lord said the same thing. And the difference is you can tell just based off of the curses. It lets you know that we're completely different people. It doesn't mean that things that didn't bad happen to other nations, but not what happened to us.
Just like here in America, Babylon the Great.
Yeah,
got all these different nations around them, but they ain't dealing with us like that. We're not equal with them.
You know, Africans come over here and get stores.
Oh man,
You know, they come over here, they got textiles and stuff. I never understood that. I'd be like, you know, you go to New York, you be like, damn, how all these Africans get all these clothes? And, you know,
the dashikis going everywhere.
The dashikis and all that. You can't.
Benjamin, like he might have wore dashiki at one time.
Got one in the closet right now. Fringes with a border of blue. Fringes with a border of blue.
Black power.
Oh shoot, that came from somewhere else.
Yeah,
I had to throw that in there.
Yeah. What you do to Cap, man?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt you, now. I just had to throw that in there. Let's roll. Much love for my officer Benjamin over there.
Yes, sir.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I
told you off. I apologize.
Oh man.
Exodus 11:7.
Exodus chapter 11, verse 7.
Come on.
But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know how that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
It's the Lord said himself, he put a difference between us. We might have the same skin complexion, but a lot of times you could tell African.
We was to talk about that, right?
Yeah, you could. They got a head on them. They got a different type of head, man.
Spirit bear witness.
Yeah. No, I mean, you know, our people there, but some of them got a kind of head. You be like, that is an African. You know? The angel gonna have to convince me differently. But that is an African.
You know, our spirit bear witness, man. Nah, that ain't my brother there.
No.
I did that one time. People got mad. They ain't none of my brother there. It was back we was in. You remember this little video we did? Yeah. Officer Nahum. Shout out to Officer Nahum. Yeah, the old guy said, y'all are the real Africans, you know. And you know, he went around on and I said, well, hey, y'all heard it. Y'all ain't hear it from me. You heard it from him. He ain't none of my brother.
Oh, yeah.
People got mad because I said he wasn't none of my brother. I meant that thing. I knew we were different people.
You sound like you standing on that.
Exactly. You know? But our people not knowing in ignorance, I understand. They didn't comprehend that. They didn't understand that, you know. So it's all good.
You had a whole crowd after you when you posted that thing. Yeah, I remember that.
It started a little something, didn't it?
Hey, you ruffled some feathers.
I know, right? They ready to kill me. But it's all good. Hey, where we at, officer? Did we finish that scripture there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All praise. Listen, let's go back to the book. Let's go back to the book. All praises. Appreciate y'all bearing with us. All right.
Cap, can we go back to that page real quick?
Go back
to the first. I think it's the first page.
Okay. Price of a man. Yeah. That's it.
Just screen in real quick. When you read it, we kind of glanced over it. But
yeah, we did.
That's Revelations 18.
I read that earlier. Right,
that's Revelations 18. The trade, ivory, spices, gold, black gold.
That's right.
Slaves.
That's right.
Spirit officer. Expansion, capital. That's Revelations 18. Basically, what it's saying is the foundation of the system that was set up was based upon Revelations 18.
The world economy.
The whole world economy was based upon us. So when they look at the GDP and all of that stuff,
right?
All of that, the whole system that they have, financial sector, all of that stuff was built on our backs. We were the black gold.
Yeah.
And it started before, it started before Christopher Columbus.
It was before the Beverly Hillbillies, right?
Yeah.
Remember when they come on, black gold, Texas tea.
Wow.
You take it back, yeah. You take it
I
back.
know. Let me stop it.
Yeah, you showing your age.
Oh, shoot. Man.
It's all good. Yes, sir. Hey, all praises. I'm glad you pointed that out, officer. That's vital for us to see that, too. Let's go back forward now. Did you want to read that, did you?
No, sir.
Okay. Let's go back forward. Matter of fact, go up to the slave ship with the page open. All right. Matter of fact, now, let's just go to the next video. Okay? It's a video. That's it right there. All right? We're going to play all 22. I just want y'all to hear this, okay? So, American slaves in 1960s. Okay.
60s?
Yes, in 1960. So y'all thought everybody was emancipated, but listen, there's still some wickedness going on again. But let's play this. We'll see. I want y'all to hear it for yourself.
We lived on, I don't know what would you call it, but something like a plantation to me. It belonged to several different white people. They all were family, I guess. And you couldn't leave. And if you did leave, they either come get you or have somebody kill you or whatever. That's what happened.
Arthur is one of thousands black laborers who was forced to work against his will.
Play on.
In the South, this new form of enslavement happened in the late 1960s.
Into
what they do to your mother?
They just
Yeah, we said, what did it? You go ahead and play it. What did they do to
had
your
my
mother?
You know, the white men. You know, they just do what they want to do with them.
Damn.
And
you gotta let that sink in. You gotta let that sink. Run that back. Run that back.
You know.
Now pause. Like you
men.
said, pause for a minute. You know, that's a young man sitting there, right?
Right.
And you imagine, look at his face. He getting the real deal right now.
Right.
Well, a lot of these young men don't get it. Okay, play on.
But hey, Cap. Oh, damn.
No.
Go back real quick. You can see the pain he's reliving,
in his face, right?
and he's reliving as he's saying it. Yeah. He's reliving the thought of the things that he could not do as a young man. You can see it in his eyes.
Right. You can see the trauma all in his whole face.
Exactly.
Like it happened yesterday.
Yeah. That's exactly right. Play on, y'all.
What they do to your mother?
They just had my mother. You know, the white men. You know, they just do what they want to do with them. And I just wasn't big enough to do nothing. If I would have been, I don't know, probably wouldn't be.
And this was in the 1950s or 40s?
That was on through the 40s, in the 50s, all through the 50s, and part of the 60s.
So what would the repercussions be if you tried to leave or if you tried to refuse what they wanted?
Back in them days, it was kind of like you had to do what the white man said or get killed. My dad's uncle, he made him dig a grave and killed him. They killed him and buried him in his own grave. Jerry Dawson, they killed him. He lived right in the same place we lived on. He left and said he wasn't coming back. They wouldn't got him, brought him back, carried him right down there from his house, killed him. Hung him up in a tree.
They hung him?
They killed him first, castorized him, and hung him up right from his house where his children, everybody could see him.
Were you aware that this is 1940s, 1950s, that...
Hold on, let it sink in. Let it sink in, because it's people in our audience, there's people who see, and they say slavery was hundreds of years ago. And, you know, this man is saying, no, this is 1940s, 1950s.
Into the 60s.
They not only did they hang him, they shot him first.
They killed him.
Killed him, and then hung him up so that his family could see. Something that you would see like when you watch those old war movies.
Right.
He said they castorized him, and then they cut his rod off.
Yes.
That's what they did. They cut his rod off.
And all that's done in front of his family. In front of his family now. Some heavy stuff. Play on.
Arthur, this breaks my heart to hear this story. Growing up, were you fully aware, this is in the 40s and 50s, you know, the civil rights movement is just about to begin. Were you aware of what was going on in the rest of the country at that time for black people pursuing freedom?
No.
Damn.
You weren't aware
Pause
at all.
for a minute. That's why I say when you go visit these plantations, that's all they knew. They didn't know, oh, man, let me go down. It ain't like you, oh, I'm going to go over here to the other side of town to Chick-fil-A. Oh, I'm going to go over here to the grocery store. Oh, man, I got to go over here to the mall and pick up some boots for work. No, it wasn't like that. That was all. They was always there on that plantation. Always there. They didn't know nothing else outside unless they was being sold to another slave master and took it away from them. So you can imagine he was stuck there in a time that he didn't know what was going on around him.
He was boxed in. He was spiritually and physically boxed in.
Yes.
That's part of that sharecropping.
Well, when you, what's the name of them? antebellum.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Right?
That's it. Right.
It's kind of like when the scripture says, Esau will be bound. It was like a boundary. They didn't go out. You didn't go outside of a certain point. You know what I'm saying? That's why Esau and them, they get this technology, dog leashes and stuff like that. Where you think they got that stuff from?
Right.
Go ahead, Cap.
Play on. We about down, let's see, 10 more seconds. Play that.
That there was any pursuits for freedom in the 40s and 50s for us?
No, not really.
Yeah. Now, it's other men like that. What we call it, just slave documentaries or where slaves spoke, and people say slavery didn't exist, didn't happen. We got people that experienced that thing, and you can go back and find them speaking about it. I've heard grown men like him break down and cry.
Right.
Remembering the torment and the horrors that they went through, break down and cry what they saw happen to his father.
Right.
His father. Now let's talk about his mother, but what happened to his father, okay? And it goes back to show too how important fathers is in these men's and young girls' lives, okay? That'd be another class, all right? So, but go to the next page in the book. All right. Yep. Zoom in to the left side. What you got, Austin?
Now I was saying that, Cap. Some of these brothers say that slavery didn't exist because the trauma is too great. So if I deny where it came from, I can make a lie.
Yes.
Because it's too much.
Right.
Living a lie.
Because I'm black.
Yep.
You know, you trying to tell me that happened to us? Why we didn't? Because the questions come. Why we didn't fight back?
Yeah.
Some of we read in that book. Some of our brothers did fight back.
Yeah, they did.
But is that trauma so great that we want to remove the pain from the history?
Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly right.
Can I bring something up?
Yeah, please.
Judah 5:11.
All praise to the Most High. Now, brother and sister, hey, listen, I'm not trying to take your spirit down. Lord's will, we're going to build you back up. But a lot of times you got to go down before you come up. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So just hang in there with us, all right? This is truth. We got to bring it out. Or we're a hate group because you hate me because we tell you the truth? I hope not. All right? Go ahead, Al.
Judith chapter 5, verse 11. Therefore the king of Egypt rose up against them and dealt subtly with them.
Can we Google that word, subtly with them? Go ahead, officer.
Therefore the king of Egypt rose up against them and dealt subtly with them and brought them low with laboring and brick and made them slaves.
So we just seen in before time, they'll castrate them, they hang them, they'll lynch them, they'll rape them, rob them, so on and so forth. Let's read the definition.
Subtly, in a manner that is so delicate or precise as to be difficult to analyze or describe.
You seen how when the brother was telling the story, it's like you could feel his pain or his emotions behind it. It's difficult. It's hard to describe. Like, you got to be there to see it. Right. Look at the second one.
In a clever and indirect way.
So we got to think about clever. Now, before time was written for our learning, let's look at today. You want that job? First off, if you want that good job, you got to have a good credit. Well, how am I going to have good credit when you took the credit from me? You want that good job, you want that 401k, to build up that 401k, you got to work 20, 30 years. And if you try to take it out early, they're going to penalize you. You want that good job, you want health, you want dental. Well, even now and today, you could get that $20, $30 an hour. You thinking that's something. That's really nothing after they take the taxes out, the Medicaid out, the Medicare, and so on and so forth. You a slave. Right. That's how they do it subtly. So the way they're doing it now, they're doing it today. You think I have that good job. Right. But meanwhile, it's another form of torture. When you don't even see, or they, I don't know about other people, but I like to know when I'm getting off. What time you getting off? When this work's done?
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you like, damn, or even if you go ahead and you, like, if you get sick. Right. How many times we got to go ahead and prove that we're sick? And if you're sick, then what? I don't have the hours I don't got the hours of the time off.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's other way. Exactly. You're fired.
Yeah.
And I'm actually sick, and I could produce
Yeah.
it to you.
Right.
You just one paycheck away from getting fired.
And
That's
you got to make a doctor bill anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got to go get a bill to
Right.
show that you sick, and you still ain't getting paid because you are.
Exactly.
And you still sick.
And your insurance don't even cover it, the full portion of it.
Let me pull a scripture, Captain, if you don't mind. Give me Ecclesiastes 2:17 and 18. Because everything that you're mentioning and what we're seeing, this is how we feel. Read.
Ecclesiastes 2:17. Therefore I hated life.
What?
I hated life.
Go ahead.
Because the work that is wrought under the sun is grievous unto me.
And we don't understand why our people are plagued with depression. We hate life. You get up and work to pay bills. That's it. To die. They take all your good years. And you retire when you can't even do nothing. If you get to retire.
Right. If you do.
Go ahead.
The work that is wrought under the sun is grievous unto me.
It's grievous unto us. Come on.
For all is vanity and vexation of spirit.
It says it's vanity, is vain, and it vexes your spirit. Go ahead.
Yea, I hated all my labor which I had taken under the sun.
Why?
Because I should leave it unto the man that shall be after me.
You die, you work your whole life to leave it to somebody, your kids or whoever, who ain't even going to take care of it. That stuff vexes your spirit.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Hey, it's funny you mean that actually happened at my job. You had he had a man work. I think he worked about 40 something, 41, 40, 42 years. And this was around COVID. So he was the one, old school. I ain't taking no pain, taking no shots. So
Yeah.
he ended up getting sick. He was literally supposed to retire 2021.
Wow.
He died 2020.
Damn.
All is, like I said, pension, like you just mentioned, pension, 401k, retire, everything maxed out, everything good.
Go back to the company.
Everything, houses paid off, car, everything is paid off. Everything go back to his family. What the scripture? What the scriptures bring out? Everything that he earned and worked for.
But
he came.
He worked there so long. The company got an insurance policy on him.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Companies take out insurance policies on you.
Yeah.
They do that for rappers.
They do that. No,
they do that for rappers.
Yeah.
No, not just rap. They do that for your regular job. They take out insurance policies on you.
Give me Deuteronomy 28 and verse 30, because he spoke about his mother.
Right.
Okay. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 30.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 30. Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her.
He saw what his mother went through, and he wasn't nothing he can do. If he couldn't do nothing, he was a young man. His father couldn't do nothing. Okay, read on.
Thou shalt build an house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and shall not gather the grapes thereof.
That's again, we see a lot of that. I witnessed a lot of that. That's what took place on these plantations. Okay, go down to Charleston, South Carolina. They down there. Yeah. Plenty of them. Take your family and go visit. See the reality of it. Okay, read verse. Go to 48.
Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
That's right. Read on.
Which the Lord shall sin against thee.
And we rightfully deserve it because, again, we sin against God. Okay? Read on.
In hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
Yeah, that's why you ain't got no yokes of iron on your neck now. He done destroyed you. Not only physically he wearing you out, but mentally he has destroyed you to the point you don't even realize you in the land of your captivity because you ain't got yokes of iron on your neck. You still in slavery captivity. What you got,
Cap? You mean like destroy? Like you'll go ahead and sing at the inauguration?
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, you think you free? That's exactly it.
And they looking at him like, look at my Nad. Yeah. Look at my little Nad over there.
Give him that old Donald Trump smile, that little smirk. Just look at him. You're like, what in the world?
Yeah, why don't you sing us one of those songs of Zion?
Right.
Right.
For real.
Yeah. Sing something about some vengeance. Okay. Why he didn't bring something out about the destruction upon the enemy? Who was that? Was a football player brought something out one time. Was it He was on stage. He was getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. It may come to me later.
The running back.
Yeah, well, not Thompson, because he proud of being a slave. He thought he was glad to hear. It was one of them, Isaac Bruce.
Yeah, Isaac Bruce.
Yeah. It was Isaac Bruce. So he made it be known. You know, y'all don't know what I'm talking about, do you?
Isaac Bruce.
Yeah.
49. No.
He was with the Rams.
Rams. Yep.
Yeah, he made a little speech. If y'all happen to run across it, his Hall of Fame, people. His little Hall of Fame. Yeah, he said something about the chosen people. A little Hall of Fame speech, you know. But we read 48, right?
Yes, sir.
Let's see. Okay, let's go to 68.
Verse 68. Mm-hmm. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Meaning Egypt, meaning bondage. Okay. He's going to bring us into bondage again. How? With the Atlantic slave trade. Okay. The transatlantic slave trade that we're reading about, even out of this book, you're reading it right here in out of the Bible, the book of our fathers. Okay. Read on.
By the way, whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Speaking of being sold unto your enemies, what? Read on.
For bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
Now go to this page here. Blow that up. We're going to go to the left-hand side. All right. As you actually see, shrink it down to a little. I want to get that little picture to the side right there. You see down there in the right-hand corner what it says? Auction, sold, okay, auction and Negro sales. We just read Deuteronomy 28. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. No one's going to save you, redeem you, okay? Nobody's going to save or redeem us even to this point, but Christ, the black Messiah himself, okay? That offered himself for a sacrifice once and for all, okay, for the 12 tribes of the children of Israel, okay? Now, let's read that. The human market.
The human market? Mary Prince, a former slave woman, tells, he took me by the hand and led me out to the middle of the street, and turning me slowly around, exposed me to the view of those who attended the venue. I was soon surrounded by strange men who examined and handled me in the same manner that a butcher would a calf or lamb he was about to purchase.
Darn, you hear that? Like a butcher with a calf or a lamb, you tossing them around, rolling them, flipping them over, checking all the parts and everything, make sure everything there. That's how they was dealing with her, okay? Read on.
And who talked about my shape and size and like words. I was then put up to sale. The people who stood by said that I had fetched a great sum for one so young a slave.
Read
I
on.
then saw my sisters led forth and sold to different owners.
Do you hear that?
That's sad as hell, man.
Seeing your sisters sold to different owners. Read on.
When the sale was over, my mother hugged and kissed us and mourned over us.
Wow.
Begging us to keep up a good heart. It was a sad parting. One went one way, one another.
Wow.
And our poor mammy went home with nothing.
Ain't that something? Go to, let's see.
They supposed to go to heaven, Cap? They supposed to go to heaven.
What you?
Go to the next page.
Cap, real quick.
Yeah.
Go back to where it was at real quick. Where it says, I was surrounded by strange men. Go.
Let's see.
Yeah.
I was.
So it says, expose me. Read that part.
I was soon surrounded by strange men.
Well, read where it says, expose.
Expose me to the view of those who attended the venue.
She was butt naked.
Yeah.
Right.
So when it says expose, meaning
it shows her ass.
Her breasts, everything is out. Go ahead.
I was soon surrounded by strange men who examined and handled me.
Handled, meaning like Cap said, we gotta put a visual to what they're doing. Gynecology, they're touching her vagina. They're grabbing her breasts. They're grabbing her buttocks. They're in her mouth. They're examining her. They're telling this. They're looking at this woman when they're saying she's like a piece of meat. They're not dealing with her like a woman.
Right. They saying, look at this young girl. She's good for breeding. She's good for breeding. Now that today the sisters willingly show their ass.
Willingly. Crazy. Yes.
Yes.
That was it, Cap. I didn't just want to speed because I didn't want to speed because our sisters, they don't realize like what our foremothers went through.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Exactly. Exactly. Matter of fact, Deuteronomy 28 and 50. A nation that what? Deuteronomy 28 and 50.
Deuteronomy 28 and verse 50.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can start at 49 if you want to.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. The Lord shall bring thee a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth.
Sound like America to me.
A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
Read on.
A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young.
So what make you think they're going to show any respect to that woman? None whatsoever. That's how these people that we reading about here, that's how they were, and we reading about it. This actually happened, and we reading also out of the Bible. Okay, now let's go to the next page, just for the sake of time. Just moving up a little further. It's the most stuff I want to go to in the book that really give, like you said, make you think. It takes you a little deeper, make you get into the visual things. It's get into some in-depth things that is actually saying that you won't even see in a movie. Okay. They don't want you to see in a movie. All right. See that little envelope to the side there? Okay. Yeah. That one there. Now go to the next page. Like I said, this is a little book. Actually, they had this inside the little envelope. I pulled it out. Look at the top corner. What'd that say?
$4,000.
So this is a receipt. This is say at the bottom, a receipt for who? At the very, very bottom of the right corner. There you go, right there.
A receipt for a slave woman named Francis.
I was impressed. $4,000?
That's like $1 million today, Cap. When you do the numbers, that's a lot of money.
That's something, ain't it?
That's athlete money.
Wow. Now let's go.
But to them, that's an investment.
Right.
The kids that she's gonna have, the other slave chitlins she gonna have, plus the labor. They're like, I'm gonna make 20 times the amount off of this one.
Right. Matter of fact, you remember we said the eagle. Go back to the next. Go back to the next page. There's something else I want to make sure I hit. Go back again. All right. Go up. Scroll up. Zoom in on it. Now go up. We're gonna go to the bottom. So we're gonna go to the bottom. Right there where it says Africans. I'm getting sick of hearing that word Africans. But Israelites. That's who it really is. Read that right there where it says Africans. Go down a little bit. Go down. Right there.
Africans so quickly that no one wanted...
Sickly. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
No problem.
Africans so sickly that no one wanted them were left on the wharf to die.
So during the auction, some of them that was rejected, didn't want it, okay, was left on wharf to die. We'll read on.
In the United States...
Who?
In the United States.
Did you hear that? In the United States, okay? These people that was a fierce continent that we just countenance that we read in Deuteronomy 28, and not only the Spanish, the Portuguese, but the United States as well. Okay, right. Read on.
The auction became the primary method of sale.
Ooh, that happened in the United States. Read on.
Africans were placed on an auction block.
Israelites was placed on an auction block. Read on.
Paraded before buyers and struck off to the highest bidder.
Read on.
Buyers peered into my ancestors.
Go to the next page. Just what you was bringing up.
Mouths, prodded their limbs, examined their most intimate parts, and if necessary, separated families in their search for the ideal slave.
Wow. Read on.
And Israelite skills as carpenter, tanner.
Hear that?
Carpenter, tanner, horse trainer, bricklayer, or such could sell for $1,000. Several $100 more than an ordinary field hand. A woman who could cook or sew, bear children, or serve as a wet nurse was far more valuable than one lacking these qualities.
We're going to stop right there on that. Let's go to the next one.
So that brought out all of the points. That brought out everything.
Man, that's some heavy stuff there. Now, go to the top left. Okay. Matter of fact, go back to the right a little bit. Let me see what the title is. It says up top, it says, From sun up to sundown. From sun up to sundown. Okay. Now, that little what's that little clipping on the side, right? That little clipping right there. They had little clippers in this book too. All right, some was actually seemed like they was actually real newspaper clippings. Okay,
Right.
but it's we'll read it up top and continue. But read it, start right there. Slaves as collateral.
Slaves as collateral. 14 slaves, among them skilled mechanics.
Skilled mechanics. Read on.
Were mortgaged along with the land by the High Shoals Mining and Manufacturing Company of Gaston County, North Carolina. Damn.
Boom.
Right.
Gaston County, North Carolina.
That's where we at, boys.
That's where we at.
Yeah.
All right. Look at that. Y'all all right back there? As Bishop say.
They're scared to go home now.
Right.
I wonder why I don't like them. Oh, man.
Oh yeah, man.
Hey, but but it don't fall for they remember they drive by talking about white power.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Confederate flags and all of that.
During the
Just
march.
seen it here.
Yeah.
While we were standing out here, we just seen one.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
seen
they drove by with the Trump flag on the back of the Trump.
Yep.
You remember when we had the Israelite fence around here? We had the guy looking over the fence there.
Oh,
Yeah.
We need Officer here to. Well, I forgot what they said. Any of y'all remember what he said?
Damn.
Mr. Wilson hanging over the fence there. Y'all remember what he said?
Yeah, it was good with impersonation, man.
You said like we organized
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah. So I ain't gonna bother with it right now, just for the sake of time. Y'all remember, don't you? Yeah. What's going on here, basically? He said, what we got going on here? Israel United in Christ Church.
Yeah. No, that's what he said. He said one thing they is united.
United.
They is united.
Mm-hmm. So now let's come out of that. I think that's what I wanted in that. All right. Yeah. All right. Right here, to the bottom right there. Let's read. Let's read that. The field hand.
Yes, sir. A field hand speaks. Solomon Northup told of his ritual of working in the fields. The hands are required to be in the cotton fields as soon as it is light in the morning.
As soon as it is light in the morning.
Get your ass outside.
That's right. As soon as it is light in the morning. Read on.
And with the exception of 10 or 15 minutes.
With the exception, maybe 10 or 15 minutes now. You better hurry up and get in there and clock in.
Right.
Read on.
Which is given them at noon to swallow their allowance of cold bacon.
Oh, cold
pork bacon. That's
right. That's exactly right. You little quick lunch break, your breakfast. Get it in. What?
Hey, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And a lot of companies, it said 15 minutes. Right. That's the grace period.
That's them little.
A lot of companies give you a 15-minute grace period if you late. Let's say you got to be at 6 o'clock. If you get there before 6:15, it won't be counted against you.
Wow.
They got it from this madness.
You still see it today.
Hey, kept that.
Told you you're a slave.
I don't know if you want to talk about the brother up there.
No, go ahead.
Solomon Northup. That's the brother from 12 Years a Slave.
Yes.
That's the movie.
Right.
12.
Oh, man.
That's him.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
I'm glad you caught that.
Yes.
Read on some more.
Which is given them to noon to swallow their allowance of cold bacon.
Now, that's at noon. What? During the time of noon, what? That's your break. That's your lunch break.
Yep.
10 minutes, 15 minutes, that's your lunch break.
That goes by in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. We know.
15 minutes.
Cold bacon.
It take you 10 minutes to get to the break room.
Right.
You only got 5 minutes.
And then you get written up for that.
Right,
You
yeah.
come back to your workshop late.
Exactly.
No, that bacon was in their pockets.
Oh, man.
They didn't get to heat it up in no
Right,
microwave.
that's why it was cold. Right.
I'm telling y'all, this is reality. Read on.
They are not permitted to be a moment idle until it is too dark to see.
You hear that? Until it is too dark to see. But watch this as he read on. Watch this. Read on.
And when the moon is full.
Wait a minute. The moon is full?
On a new moon.
That's the new moon.
Right.
That's the new moon. They had us breaking that Sabbath of keeping the new moon.
Damn.
Read on.
They oftentimes labor to the middle of the night.
Listen, they used even to the middle of the night. Use them because they had a full moon. They could see a little bit more. Now, y'all going to stay out here and work. Y'all going to work sun up to sun down. But no, you're going to work even longer. Read on.
They do not dare to stop even at dinner time.
Oh, Lord.
Nor return to the quarters. However, however late it be, until the order to halt is given by the driver.
Till he get tired. And he ain't even working. Till he get tired. And he ain't even working. Till he ready to go eat dinner.
Right, Cap. And a lot of them dudes was Irish, Italian, because they'll say, well, we was part of it. They was watching us, whooping us. They
that was Taskmaster.
Yeah, Taskmaster.
Yeah.
Indentured, whatever they were calling themselves.
Right.
Overseers.
Overseers. Yeah. I saw a video where it showed the big house, and it had the overseer house, was a nice little medium house, and then they had the little old slave.
Little shack. Right. Damn.
Crazy, man.
And you know what, Cat? It's funny because even in North Carolina, you ride around these little cities, and you still. I'm gonna start taking pictures of you. I'm pretty much guaranteed these are where these old. It can be run down. It be like the wood is great.
Right.
Yeah. They're like little cabins. Like I know these were slave quarters. I'm gonna start taking pictures.
Especially
of
South Carolina. It feel like slavery.
Yeah, they still up today.
Man, that's it.
I know. I was talking to one of the officers this week. You know, a lot of brothers do the drive thing, and he said he was somewhere
like the DoorDash, Uber.
Yeah, he said he was somewhere in the time of the night, and he was like, the lady said, you might not want to be around here too much longer.
Dang.
You know,
in 2025,
something of that nature. I don't remember exactly how he said it, but when he said it, he was like, I was like, man, hey, you better not take no more orders.
Time to
put
time to turn the Uber thing
right.
off.
Yeah,
try to shut it down.
Offline.
Right. I don't know exactly how he worded it, but for me, I was like, that's counsel.
Hey, you ain't
That's the Lord talking to you. That's the Lord talking to you.
She gave you counsel.
That's right. So you know, time do that. Give me a little hustle in. Y'all know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And you see a thing come up, you say, okay, where this thing going? Wait a minute now. It's going way.
I think I told you, Cap. I said, I need a headlight. Can't see.
Bruh, I went down this road. I had to call my wife. Hey, I'm going down this road.
Right.
I said, I don't know what's back here. I said, but I got you on the phone. You hear me shooting or speeding off? Right. You know what it is. Right. One or the other. Right. So listen closely, baby. This is where I'm at. This is the address. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know they're supposed to have tracking, but
sundown
phones, sometimes the phones go out in some of these areas too.
Yeah, but the fact that you had the brother just last year, you got the truck driver.
Yes, exactly.
That's letting you know, like brothers think that slavery, it didn't go nowhere.
No, not
the
at all.
fact that you'll die, you gotta be in fear that your life
exactly.
that you'll die, but
exactly.
even after that.
Right.
That
Deuteronomy
sense of
28.
where that
right.
justice be served. That's
right.
what you got to think about
right.
afterwards, even with that.
Man, I'm telling you. Hey, let's go to the next. Yes. Now, that I just opened the flap up, right? Read February the 6th. Let's read through this. February the 6th. We're going to read on.
February the 6th. Building the.
But I'm sorry. Let's go up a little bit. Let's go up a little bit. No rest for the weary. Let's read that.
No rest for the weary. For my ancestors who toiled on plantations, work began at sunrise and ended late at night. Picking cotton and working in the sugar and rice fields were just a few of the grueling tasks given to them. The following document from the Falconer Plantation of Wayne County, Mississippi, is part of an overseer or slaveholder's diary, chronicling work performance by slaves. Falconer appeared to be a more lenient slaveholder.
Oh, really? Read on.
Slaves were given 4 days off for Christmas and 3 other days off during the year.
Damn.
But he was lenient, though, right? Lenient, man, you work 3 days a week.
You see?
He said
you say we ain't in slavery today?
He said you got 7 days off for the year. 7 days.
And you say we ain't in slavery today?
Right.
Let's go through his little what did it say? His chronicles, his little whatever he had written down here. Let's see how he wrote down his book. Read that.
February the 6th, building fence between quarters. February 7th, too cold and rainy to work. Worked on fence between showers and raked up horse lot. February 8th, cleared up old Negroes patch today. Worked on fence around quarters. February 9th, resumed plowing, put up coal killing on ridge, back a pond. February the 13th, drew on coal killing, made 90 or 100 bushels for use in blacksmith shop. Knocking cotton stalks, finished plowing the side of river. planted 15 oats. River went down so fast it left flatboat aground. Took a,
You ain't reading that right.
no, I'm reading it like him.
We need a southerner to read that. Hey, who read it?
I ain't from the South.
I ain't from the South. Oh, now you ain't Because you know he's writing it with his book. He going, corn pipe in his mouth.
Damn, this is crazy.
Yep.
River went down so fast it left flatboat aground. Took all hands on house or to get it afloat again. Plowing across the river. Cut February the 22nd. Cutting and rolling logs over river above gin house. Trash. Gang cleaning up river at highest yet. February 25th. Planted 50 apple trees. Plowing corn land. Damn. February 29th. Torn down old house and yard. Women and trash gang shelled corn. March 5th. All hands at work. On the road from Mill to Orchard. March 7th. Started planting corn. Plowed up Fred's field in the roasting ear patch.
Listen, plowed up Fred's field.
Yeah,
Listen, I'm already tired, and we ain't even got through this thing yet. I'm already exhausted. I need a nap right now.
Right.
Let's read on.
March 14th. Ice, fair fruit killed since everything but apples in full bloom.
So it must have been a frost come in.
Right.
Jack the apple trees up, but read on.
The Lord helped us that.
yeah.
Plowing all the time. Corn planted everywhere but Indian Mound Field. March 21st. Planted peanuts and more Irish potatoes.
Hey, Cat, you know what's so crazy? We read and we like, oh, he's doing all this. No, he ain't doing none of this.
He ain't do damn thing, right?
The slaves is doing all this mess.
Right.
He writing it like he did it.
It's like an auditor. You know what I mean? He was walking around. He's like, okay, they checking off. They doing all this. He's just walking around documenting everything.
He got to show off to his investors and banks and all that. He got to show all his money being well spent.
Exactly.
We're not realizing that is his business plan.
Right now. Yeah, he's showing out. Right. He's gonna show the boys down in the old salon a little later on. You know, when they drink a cold. Read on.
March 22nd, bedded out sweet potatoes. March 29th, white gang planted potatoes, watermelons, and started planting cotton. April 8th, Reverend Breyer preached in schoolhouse for whites in the morning and Negroes in the evening at 3 o'clock.
Did you hear that? Reverend Breyer preached in the schoolhouse for whites in the morning and Negroes in the evening at 3 o'clock. You know that went down on Sunday.
That probably Easter.
They read John 3:16.
You think that might have been somewhere around
April. That probably like Easter.
Oh, Lord.
Like that.
Dang.
And the only reason Negroes got in the evening because they was in the fields all morning and day.
Read on.
April 12th, chopping cotton, hoeing. April 14th, gave Negroes holiday, no work. That was Easter. That was Easter.
Yeah. That was the bunny rabbits. Okay.
So Cap, now we know.
Go to the next page.
So now we know why
I'm sorry to the video.
Why we full hardly go out for these holidays. It was embedded in us to work all year and only get these certain days off.
You see,
tradition.
Still see the same
it ain't
thing.
nothing, and it's the same thing today.
Same thing.
We don't know why we celebrate Easter. We know a rabbit and an egg don't match, but you know what? It's something in my mindset and some subconscious, right? And saying, you know what? I'm just gonna celebrate it because I've been doing it for all these years, and my mama been doing it, and my daddy been doing it, his daddy.
It's been passed on,
and it started like this.
Let's go to this video. Former slaves film speaking about their experience as slave. Where?
In America.
Thank you.
You can see the pain on his face just in the thumbnail.
Man, I'm telling you. Play it.
He worked hard. He worked hard.
I worked hard. I get up at 4 o'clock and get my breakfast done. Just at dawn of day, I go to the field and we pick cotton.
Mr. and Mrs. Haywood Jenkins of Sharkey County, Mississippi have, between them, picked cotton for over a century.
My boss man came along. He says, Mary Jane? I said, sir. I say, when you wash? I said, I washed last night. He said, I don't want you to do that no more. That's my agent, you know. He says, every Friday morning or Friday evening, you wash. And let all the children stay there with you until you get through. When you get through, then y'all go back to field and wait. Now, the agents was mean, some of them. Some of them was mean. They wanted to hook the colored people. And that kind of white man come along. He says, hey, but you ain't in the field yet? He just had started applying. He said, yes, I've just not had to eat my dinner.
You late for work.
God damn it, you ain't doing a goddamn thing. He says, God damn it, ought to take this damn stick and free the hell out you. He said, no, he said, if you free the hell out of me, goddamn, I free the hell out of you. It makes me feel bad if I was under them, you know, how mean they was to treat us like that.
There you have it. There you have it. So that's
mad as hell.
Yeah, man. That's some real deal stuff right there. That was in Mississippi. Give me the next page. Zoom in on that. Okay. I know we're coming down to the wire. All praise to the Most High. Slide up. Now, there's right there, again, a little pop-up. It's actually a little letter up there. I'll show you on the next picture. But when you open it up, this is actually what it says. Read that right there.
Sold for 1 cent.
How much?
1 cent.
Damn. Read on.
For the love and affection which I bear unto my son, wrote Edward Worthington of Granville County, North Carolina.
Where?
North Carolina.
There you go again. Wow. Read on.
And for the further consideration of 1 cent to me in hand paid, I do give unto him the said Thomas P. Worthington, one Negro girl named Nutty, about 5 years old.
You hear that? 5 years old for 1 cent. Read on.
And his heirs forever.
You hear what that said?
His heirs.
Forever. Forever. Read on.
Nutty was not alone. Many of my ancestors were sold as children or given as gifts, passed lovingly from one generation of slaveholders to the next.
You hear
what the
that?
hell is lovingly mean?
Pass lovingly. What the hell is that? Oh, my gracious.
That
Go to the next
they
page.
gave gifts one to another. They made merry.
Yes.
That's what lovingly means.
Yes, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. So there's the letter. I just opened it up so y'all can see. That's how I opened it up. That's exactly how it was written, what we just read. Okay? Go to the next page. Let's see what we got here. About a child. Let's see. Slavery taught them long life lessons. Okay, I'm gonna go to the next page. I'm just gonna go past that. Now, this is what I want to read here. Let's read there to the left. Okay. Yep.
The whip. James Ball, a slave in South Carolina, describes the whip used on the plantation. The lash is 10 feet long, made of small strips of buckskin, tanned so as to be dry and hard, and plated carefully and closely together of a thickness in the largest part of a man's little finger. And the farthest end of this thong is attached a cracker 9 inches in length, made of strong sewing skill.
You know when they say that cracker? Yeah. That's where it got it from right there.
Cracker.
The whip, because he cracked that whip. Okay, read on.
At the farthest end of this thong is attached a cracker 9 inches in length, made of strong sewing silk, twisted and knotted until it feels as firm as hardest twine. Once felt on the bare flesh, the burning sting of the whip could never be forgotten.
Can never be forgotten. Can never be forgotten. Go up to the top. Go up to the top. What it says. Now we read Willie Lynch letter say how to make a slave.
Right.
This here say to make a slave. Okay. Now before he said that, never forget. Matter of fact, if y'all would just for a moment put the camera on Officer Eli. Put the camera on Officer Eli. Zoom in on like he bringing it out right about now.
Come on.
You wonder why I'm doing this? Yeah, give him the close up. All right. Lean to that side right there. You see that right there?
Woo!
See that back right there?
Right.
That's what that whip would do. That's what that whip would do right there. That you would never forget.
No man shall buy you.
All right? You can zoom out now. You can bring us back.
Yeah,
I just had to make that little intermission. You thought I was getting ready to do something.
Yeah, I was like, man, he about to do some old cake unturned. You know?
What's going on here?
Nah. Listen, we're gonna read this last one here, and we're gonna wrap it up. But there's gonna be a part 2.
Oh,
there's gonna be a part 2. Let's read through this.
How does one become a slave? What is the process that turns a human being into a creature of self-hatred and self-doubt? Someone fully controlled and in fearful awe of another. Slaveholders developed a system. It was called seasoning.
Seasoning. We know about that. Judah know about that. We talking about the same season? Maybe
That's
not.
right.
But we're going to find out. Read on.
It was the process under which strong men and women were broken, stripped of their dignity, and tortured.
Damn.
Seasoning was a brutal system, a system that remade men in an image pleasing to their oppressor.
Pleasing to their oppressor. Read on.
Made a Negro.
It rewarded good behavior and punished bad behavior.
Wow.
It turned captive men into things, their captors into beasts. The wise slave master never took seriously the belief that my people were natural-born slaves.
Wow.
He knew that African men and women fresh from the continent had to be broken in, forced to accept a subservient position. Slaves could never be trusted fully. Men wanted to be free. If slavery were to work, if strong men in succeeding generations were to wear the yoke of bondage, their psychology would have to be altered.
Now, did you hear what he said earlier? He says slaves could never be trusted fully. Men wanted to be free. They wanted to be free. The reason why I'm bringing that up is going into that word that we were talking about earlier, and I'm going to show you. But read on.
If slavery were to work, if strong men in succeeding generations were to wear the yoke of bondage, their psychology would have to be altered.
Roll up.
They would have to be made to believe that they were innately inferior and accept slavery as their natural condition. The seasoning process was neither quick nor easy. It took months, years, generations to break my people's spirit. Slaveholders knew the process was essential. Without it, the slaveholding regime would fall. The seasoning began shortly after the arrival of a new shipload of enslaved Africans. Most planters selected trusted slaves, those who had already been successfully conditioned to train the new arrivals, like Fiddler.
Old novelists. Yeah, old Fiddler. That's right. Exactly. Read on.
Seasoned slaves.
What? Roller? There we go. Let's see. Did I get the next page? Let's see. I think I wanted to stop right there.
Like
but
they taught them to stand.
Okay, to make them
stand in fear.
Is that it? Where am I at?
Yeah, it says seasoned slaves taught to make them stand in fear.
Okay, there we go. There we go. Now, read on through that.
Historian Kenneth Stamp, author of The Peculiar Institution, outlined the steps most often used by slaveholders to maintain fear and control. Number 1, establish and maintain strict discipline. Number 2, implant in the slave a consciousness of personal inferiority. 3, awe the bondsman with a sense of the master's enormous power. Number 4, persuade the slave to take an interest into the master's enterprise and to accept his standards of good conduct. Number 5, impress in the slave his utter sense of helplessness to create a habit of perfect dependence.
Wow.
When the psychological torture had altered one's behavior, when the slave feared more for his or her own survival than the survival of the group, the seasoning process was complete.
The seasoning process was complete. Y'all hear that? The seasoning process was complete when the psychological torture, okay, that physical slavery that our foremothers went through, it tortured us psychologically to the point they got us exactly where they want us to be, and we still like that this very day. Okay, go to the next page as we coming down to end. Let's see, Master of the Faith. All right, let me see. I'm gonna make sure that what I want.
That's why we got to watch those movies all the time, show the kids.
Right. Yes, they
all
need
the
to
time.
see
They
them.
got to see it.
Yes, this is what I want. Zoom in. The masters of their own faith. Watch this. They called it what?
They called it Drapetomania.
Yes. What is Drapetomania? Watch this.
The disease of the mind that caused Negroes to run away.
What? They wanted to be free. The disease of the mind to cause Negroes that want to what?
Run away.
So it's a disease to think like that.
It's a disease to want to be free.
You know, that's crazy because if we teach people that we're in slavery, or that we have enemies, we're considered a hate group.
You
so
see?
I guess we have the disease.
Right.
We're going to use this disease and infect this whole planet.
Because now we want to run away from sin. We want to come away from the sin. We want to come away from this life here in Babylon, okay? We are basically mental illness. Go to the. We'll come back to this when we pick up on the next show.
Book right here.
Yes. Go to the next one. Yes, right there.
Did you know The desire to escape slavery was once classified as a mental illness called Drapetomania. In 1851, black people were considered mentally ill for refusing to live in bondage.
Did you hear that? I'm going to end the show on that right there. Hey, shout out to Captain Amaziah. Hey, I did not know that was in this actual book. I ran across it today, so I knew then that was the spirit of the Most High. Beautiful. So, brothers and sisters, I appreciate it. I hope y'all took heed. This thing is real. But we're going to get into that Drapetomania next. Am I crazy because I don't want to be here in America, Babylon the Great, because I don't want to sin no more, because I want to live for Christ, the Black Messiah, that I want to lose my life. I have to lose my life for this. Okay? Hey, let's read this as we close out.
Brothers and sisters, don't neglect to give alms. Donate to IUIC Gastonia. That's iuic.gastonia.nc at israelunite.org. And also for the Booster Club, iuic.fundraising at israelunite.org.
All praises. So, brothers and sisters, we're going to go ahead and sign off. Our time is up. It's 8 o'clock on the dot.
Yes, sir.
Happy Sabbath to you. Listen, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share to the Bible Book of Our Fathers. We're signing off. I'm Captain Sarai.
Officer Eli.
Officer Ehud.
Officer Benjamin.
Officer Leon.
Hey, and with that, we say shalom.
Shalom.
Bless you.
Happy Sabbath.